let's jump into the NBA that we were talking about at the top of the show. It's finally back after the All-Star break is over. Couple games on Wednesday night as we're recording. 11 games on the slate on Thursday. Brett, one of the games you're on is probably the one I'm most excited for. I'm leaning one way. I like this Nets minus 2.5 that I'm seeing. I couldn't pull the trigger for the show, though. It might be a social media pick that I post day of on Thursday, but Celtics Nets, that should be a fantastic game to start the second half of the NBA regular season.
Well, you're leaning Nets. I'm leaning Celtics, Higgins. I'm actually getting them at +3 at -110 here in New Jersey. I know the graphic might say +2.5 at -105. That might be the Oregon line, Higgins. So hopefully, you can time travel over here to New Jersey. Maybe get that -110 juice instead. But you wouldn't need to time travel. You could just get a normal plane. You could make it before tip off. I believe in you.
Hey, you live 3 hours in the future of me on the East Coast compared to the West Coast, so maybe those sports books know something that Oregon doesn't. That's why it's moved to +3 instead of being +2.5. I'll make sure that the graphics for you are showing the New Jersey odds that you're going to be on, though, as opposed to mine. Brett, one of the games I really like on Thursday is a matchup between the two Florida teams, the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat.
Yeah, Higgins, before we jump to Magic Heat really quick, I'm just going to talk about the Boston +3 side really quickly. They get Marcus Smart back. Kevin Durant will be out for Brooklyn. They add Blake Griffin to that rotation. It's another new person learning defensive rotations, offensive plays, spacing, getting used to playing with these guys. I think Boston coming out of break, adding Marcus Smart. I just like the 3-point dog in this one, so that's why I'm playing that side really quickly. But yeah, let's hop to that Magic Heat game because that should be a lot of fun. Also, we also heard Nikola Vucevic was being shopped around, but the Magic have denied that. So maybe he'll be a little amped up to get back on the court for the Magic.
Yeah, the Magic and the Heat, neither have been outstanding against the spread this year. They're basically tied both at 16, 19, and 1 against the spread this year. So I'm going with the hometown favorite, the Heat -6.5. The one thing that does have me worried is this news that we found out about Myers Leonard over the weekend. He's out indefinitely, been banned by the team. Bam Adebayo, the other center for Miami, he's listed as day-to-day. If he doesn't play and they're down both big men, that could be hard for the Heat to end up coming back on. But if you look at how the Heat have actually played more recently coming into the All-Star break, they've been really good against the spread. They've been 7-3 in their past 10 games against the spread. A lot of their poor record in their games against the spread early in the season is just that. It was they started terribly in the beginning of the season. So now that they have their legs under them, now that they are in mid-season form, I expect the Heat -6.5 to be a smart play here.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler being out early in the year definitely hurt this team. The Bam Adebayo news is definitely something to watch, so that is something I'll keep my eye on before I take any side on this game. But if they have Bam and Butler in, I expect them to beat Orlando. Without Bam, this one could go either way, Higgins.
Yes, it really could. And I mean, Orlando Magic haven't been horrible against the spread this year. I mean, recently in their past 10 games, they're 6-4. These two teams, though, the Heat, I think, were just coming off of a short off season from playing in that championship against the Lakers, and they had a little slow going in the beginning of the NBA season. They lost their opening game to the Magic. It was a 6-point game. I don't expect it to go nearly the same though, because we're seeing a much different Miami team like that.
Yeah, and I think you bring up some good points. I'm going to look ahead, though, Higgins. I'm going to look ahead to the team that's leading the East this year, the Philadelphia 76ers, and they take on the Chicago Bulls. On Thursday night, Chicago is minus 2.5 Higgins. Now, you may look at that and say, why are the Bulls the favorite over the team that's the top seed in the East? Well, the Sixers are without Simmons, without Embiid. Coming out of the All Star break, and Zach Levine and company have been really good this year. Thad Young has been fantastic for the Bulls this year. So I really like Chicago in this spot with Philly's two All Stars out due to COVID protocol.
Brett, do you have spyware on my computer? Because the reasoning you just gave, I looked at the 76ers. I was going to be on the opposite side of this on you, and you gave the exact reason of why I'm staying off. I checked out. That's an interesting line. What's going on? Oh, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are out for this game. Makes sense. I'm going to stay away, especially since the Bulls are the third best team in the NBA against the spread so far this year.
Yeah, exactly. The Bulls are pretty good against the spread. And I just think the two superstars missing for Philly is too much, Higgins.
And then a late game I'm interested in, can't find a side on right now, but that Warriors Clippers game should be fun. That should be a fun game.
Warriors Clippers could be good. Uh, I guess I'll tune into Knicks Bucks. That'll obviously be on in the New York market. And I'll be interested to see if the Knicks can keep up their first half success, Higgins. Julius Randle, a great first half. RJ Barrett playing pretty well as well. Emmanuel quickly has been a nice surprise for the Knicks. So I'm probably tuning into the Knicks a little bit this second half of the season as well, seeing what they can do.
Definitely been a surprising team this year, that young Knicks team, absolutely.